All right, today we're upgrading the headlights on the Ford Ranger to LED, and I've got this cool conversion kit that comes with this bulb, and then I can get this out of here with one hand. There we go. It's got this resistor built in so that you don't get a you don't get an error that tells you have a headlight out on your computer, because the LED has much lower resistance than an old incandescent. So the reason I was upgrading to LED is because I did a recent video on these switchback turn signals, and they turn nice bright white when you're not using the turn signal, and then they go yellow and flash when you use the turn signal. So nice for increased visibility and safety, but then the headlights didn't match. You can see over here, see they're like yellow and gross looking, the dim and the driving and the bright lights. They're just gross looking next to the new LED. And this is broad daylight. Like, it's a very sunny day out here, so you can see the difference even in broad daylight, so it looks worse at night. So here's one that I already plugged in. I plugged it into the regular drive side, and the camera kind of like fades it out. It's much brighter in real life. Like, I could barely even look directly at it, which is why my hand is right here. And then here is the incandescent down here. This is the bright one here. Ooh, and it's very hot. But you can see the difference there, the yellowish color. And the white one, even though the camera fades it out, it's very very bright. Woo. Okay, be careful. That gets really hot, and when I just dropped it down in there, it was burning a little bit of electric tape down there. It should be okay, but be careful with these. These suckers get really hot. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. That's the LED that's still plugged in, and here's the guy that I took out. It is so hot, like I can feel the heat off it with my hand that close. So maybe that's a good thing that we're replacing these with LEDs. Anyway, so you do have these covers that pop on, and they're gonna be in here. Let me see if I can get the camera down in there. There we go. You can see that's the socket where the bulb goes in. It does, it's got those 3 tabs, and then it does kind of like a little quarter turn to lock in. So that's the socket, but then in front of that, there's a bigger opening, that round opening, and that's where this cover goes. And I like how Ford clearly marked the direction you turn it to open it or lock it. It's a little bit hard to turn, but what I plan on doing is putting a little lubricant or something on this O-ring when I put it back in, and that'll help seal it up and help me turn it easier when I reinstall these. I'll show you when I go to do the passenger side how to undo those. Ignore the white claw, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Anyway, needed a nice refreshing beverage, and it is a beautiful day. So I'm gonna get to replacing these. Okay, I've got the key turned off to the truck now, so I can go through this without burning myself. What I wanted to show you was, this is the original connector right here, where that bulb was plugged in, the old one. And so the new one has a long lead, and it has that resistor in line. So what we've got to do is we've got to plug this lamp in and turn it to lock it in. And then we have to stuff this resistor and the extra wiring inside that headlight holder, which is right there. You can see where the wire comes out. So we've got to stuff everything inside. I don't anticipate any issues with it fitting in there, but if it does have any issues, I will let you guys know. All right, so we're going in here. We're looking at the high beam side. You can see that I was able to tuck the connector and the little resistor inside that, and the cap will fit on because I already installed the one on the so yeah, the cap will fit on there. I did install that one. I did put a little bit of lubricant on that O-ring, and it went on much easier than when I tried it without it. So I recommend putting a little lubricant on the O-ring. But yeah, it's gonna fit in there, and it fits well. The problem is now with the passenger side, we're gonna have to take this top cover off. So it's these 5 little snap deals, and then there's 2 screws over here where your intake is. I got to take these 2 screws out to get bound in here because I just don't have room to get in there. And hopefully I can get in there relatively easy with this windshield wiper fluid filler there. But I think we should have room to get in there. All right, wow, that looks really good. You can see there's the LED low band, high beam on both together, as well as the driving light. Looks really good. If you compare that to this side over here, not so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish upgrading this side. It's gonna be exactly the same with the exception of removing this top cover and this here, but I don't need to show you guys that. You can figure it out, and there's not going to be any difference in the wiring on this side. So I'll cut the video here. I hope this helped you guys. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next. All right, it's nighttime now, and I wanted to show you guys how bright this is. These are the LEDs. That's regular headlights, and that's high beams. They are super bright. I don't know if the camera does them justice. I'll tell you what, standing in front and looking directly at them, it's like almost difficult to look at, but I think it looks amazing. Now that the headlights match those running lights right there, it looks incredible. And it is so bright. I could even see, we were in broad daylight earlier, like around, I want to say 5:30 p.m. today, and like even in broad daylight you could still see the outline of the headlights on the road. So really incredible. Love this upgrade. Well worth the $50 I spent on it. And these things are supposed to have like a 25,000 hour life cycle too, so really incredible. All right, that's it for this video, guys. Enjoy. Hope it helped.